Hello, Princeton and Fayetteville. We have another lesson to do. All righty, we are on lesson 82 today. You're going to figure out what an analogy is about. Listen to this. A boat is to water as an airplane is to, get ready? Yes, air. What class are a boat and an airplane in? Get ready? Yes, vehicles. Our analogy tells something about vehicles. A boat is to water as an airplane is to air. Does our analogy tell where you find the vehicles? Get ready. Yes. Does our analogy tell what parts they have? Get ready. No. Does our analogy tell what they are made of? Get ready. No. Does our analogy tell what color they are? Get ready. No. Does our analogy tells where you find them. Where do you find a boat? Get ready. Yes, in the water. Say the first part of the analogy. Get ready. Yes, a boat is to water. Where do you find an airplane? Get ready. Yes, in the air. Say the next part of our analogy. Get ready. Yes, an airplane is to air. Tell me what the analogy tells about the vehicles. Get ready. Yes, where you find them. Everybody say the whole analogy. Get ready. Yes, a boat is to water as an airplane is to air. Great job. Give me a high five. Woo! We're going to talk about today, tomorrow, and 1 week from today. Tell me the day of the week it is today. Get ready. Yes, Wednesday. Tell me the day of the week it will be tomorrow. Get ready. Yes, Thursday. Tell me the day of the week it will be 1 week from today. Get ready. Yes, Wednesday. Now the dates. Tell me today's date. Get ready. Yes, Wednesday, May 13th, 2020. Wednesday, May 13th, 2020. Look at the calendar again. Tell me the date it will be 1 week from today. Get ready. Yes, Wednesday, May 20th, 2020. Once more, tell me today's date. Get ready. Yes. Wednesday, May 13th, 2020. Tell me tomorrow's date. Get ready. Yes. Thursday, May 14th, 2020. Tell me the date it will be 1 week from today. Get ready. Yes. Wednesday, May 20th, 2020. Give yourself a big round of applause. Great job. All right, I'm going to tell you about an object you know, but I'm going to call it a funny name. See if you can figure out what object I'm talking about. A fribble is a person. Say that. Get ready. Yes, a fribble is a person. A fribble works in a school. Say that. Get ready. Yes, a fribble works in a school. A fribble works in a library. Say that. Get ready. Yes, a fribble works in a library. Everybody say all the things you know about a fribble. Get ready. Yes, a fribble is a person. A fribble works in a school. A fribble works in a library. Everybody, what kind of person am I calling a fribble? Get ready. Yes, a librarian. I couldn't fool you. It's really a librarian. How do you know a fribble is a librarian? Get ready. Yes, it's a person, it works in a school, and it works in a library. How would you like to see a fribble throwing a book to a dog? All right, you're going to figure out what an analogy is about. Listen to this. A frog is too riveting as a cat is too, get ready? Yes, meowing. What class are a frog and a cat in? Get ready? Yes, animals. Our analogy tells something about animals. A frog is too riveting as a cat is too meowing. Does our analogy tell what parts the animals have? Get ready. No. Does our analogy tell where you find them? Get ready. No. Does our analogy tell what they say? Get ready. Yes. Does our analogy tell how they move? Get ready. No. Our analogy tells what they say. Say the first part of the analogy. Get ready. Yes, a frog is too riveting. Say the next part of the analogy. Get ready. Yes, a cat is too meowing. Tell me what the analogy tells about the animals. Get ready. Yes, what they say. Everybody say the whole analogy. Get ready. Yes, a frog is to riveting as a cat is to meowing. Now I'm going to read you a story about the bragging rat's race. Everybody, let's see how well you remember the story about the bragging rats. I'll stop when I'm reading the story. See if you can tell me what happens next in the story. A bunch of rats lived near a pond that was on a farm. The rats got along well, except for two. Everybody, what did the other rats call these two rats? You ready? Yes, the bragging rats. Who remembers why the other rats called them the bragging rats? Get ready. Yes, the two rats were always bragging, quarreling, and arguing about something. Let's see if you're right. The other rats called these two the bragging rats because they were always bragging, quarreling, and arguing about something. One day they'd argue about who could eat the most. Another day they'd squabble and quarrel over who was the best looking. Neither one of them was very good looking. Why weren't these rats very good looking? You ready? Okay, well, let's see if you're right. One rat was a big gray rat with the longest tail you've ever seen on a rat. The other one wasn't big, but he had the biggest, yellowest teeth you ever saw. The other rats in the bunch didn't pay much attention to the bragging and quarreling until the two rats started bragging about something. What was that? Get ready. Okay, well, let's see if you're right. This quarrel went on for days, and the other rats got pretty sick of listening to the rats shout and yell and brag about how fast they were. On the third day of the quarrel, they almost got into a fight. The rat with the yellow teeth was saying, "I'm so fast that I could run circles around you while you run as fast as you could." Listen, what did the big gray rat say to that? Get ready. Okay, well, let's see if you're right. The big gray rat said, "Oh, yeah? Well, I could run circles around your circles. That's how fast I am." The two rats continued yelling at each other until somebody had a plan to stop the arguing. Everybody, who was that? Get ready. Yes. Well, let's see if you're right. The wise old rat. What was the wise old rat's plan? Get ready. Okay, let's keep reading and see if you're right. The two rats continued yelling at each other until a wise old rat said, "Stop! We are tired of listening to all this shouting and yelling and bragging. There is a way to find out who is the fastest rat on this farm." The wise old rat continued, "We will have a race for any rat that wants to race. Everybody will line up." Who remembers where the rats are supposed to run in this race? Get ready. Okay, let's see if you're right. Here's what the wise old rat said. Everybody will line up, run down the path to the pond, then run back. The first rat to get back is the winner. and then we'll have no more arguing about which rat can run the fastest. The rats agreed, and early the next morning they were lined up, ready for the big race. Everybody, how many rats were in this race? Get ready. Okay, yes, 6. How many rats didn't finish the race? Get ready. Yes, 2. Why didn't those rats finish the race? Get ready. Yes, they tumbled into the pond. Everybody, who ended up winning the race? Get ready. Yes, a little black rat. Let's see if you're right. 6 rats entered the race. The bragging rats were lined up right next to each other, making mean faces and mumbling about how fast they were going to run. The rats put their noses close to the ground, ready to take off like a flash. Everybody steady, the wise old rat said. Everybody ready, go. The rats took off toward the pond. The big gray rat got ahead of the others with the yellow-toothed rat right behind him. But just before they got to the pond, the yellow-toothed rat stepped on the long tail of the gray rat, and both rats tumbled over and over in a cloud of dust. They tumbled down the dusty path and right into the pond. The other rats finished the race. The winner was a little black rat. It was hard for her to finish the race because she was laughing so hard over the bragging rats, who were still splashing and spluttering around in the pool. After the race, all the other rats went back to the pond. The bragging rats were still splashing and sputtering. The wise old rat said to them, "So now we know who the fastest runner on this farm is. It's neither one of you. So we will have no more arguments from either of you about who can run the fastest." But did the rats stop arguing? Get ready. No. What did they argue about next? Get ready. All right, let's see if you're right. The bragging rats looked at each other. Then the rat with yellow teeth suddenly smiled and said, "I may not be the fastest runner in this bunch, but there is no rat in the world that can swim as fast as I can." "Oh yeah?" said the gray rat. "I can swim so fast that I could go all the way across the pond without even getting my fur wet." The wise old rat and the other rats just walked away from the pond, slowly shaking their heads. What do you think the bragging rats were doing while the others walked away? Get ready. Exactly, bragging and arguing. Why were the others shaking their heads? Get ready. Yes, because the bragging rats were still bragging and arguing. The race didn't really settle anything, did it? Those bragging rats just seemed to brag about anything. All right, friends, you have a worksheet that is attached to your packet, and it has the instructions on there. So I will see you next week. Bye.